Greetings, sports fans nationwide. You have entered the Sports Opinion Log here in Lex Anderson World, which, of course, Stephen A., the nationwide sports leader, and Disney had copied with the Stephen A. World. Of all the things to effing pick out. But it matters not, because in this video, I'm going to discuss LeBron James was pushed to double overtime against the Pistons. Was he able to enjoy his wine? And Steph Curry cooked it up, 57 points, but was it enough to get past the Dallas Mavericks in prime time? And also, I have an issue now with more NBA players stepping forward as to why they don't want to play in the All-Star game. So if you're down with all things NBA, Eastern or Western Conference, make sure you're subscribing to the channel and press that bell icon so you get the notification for the next upcoming future video while I, Master of the Skyhook, break it down in this video. Let's go. So yes, despite there being no Derrick Rose, who earlier today it was breaking news is back with the New York Knicks, sucks for him. No Blake Griffin, Lakers season high, 23 turnovers, blowing a 17-point lead. But all that matters is that we get the win in the win column. Final score 134-129, again in double overtime. We are all witnesses to his greatness. The king, LeBron James, 33 points. 8 of them in the second overtime. Anthony Davis, 30 points. Dennis Schroeder, 22 points. Oh, and also 8 assists for Schroeder. However, on to the next game. Talks of the Joker being considered for MVP despite dropping 50 points, despite 23 of those points coming in the fourth quarter. It is the Sacramento Kings behind Harrison Barnes, 28 points, 7 rebounds, including 5 made three-pointers. The Kings get the 119-114 final score victory over the Denver Nuggets, who have now lost 3 straight. And again, the Joker is not MVP worthy. He almost did have a triple-double. Again, his 50 points. He also had 12 assists and 8 rebounds. However, on the Kings side, they've now won 6 of 7 after starting the season 5-10. They had 4 players with 21 points or more. Hassan Whiteside had his first double-double of the season. Again, total team effort. The Denver Nuggets, I don't know why they're struggling. But, you know, again, when you go to the Western Conference Finals, if you don't bring your A game, those other teams are going to look to make a name off of your back. And that is clearly what the Kings did last night. And speaking of what was done last night, no Durant, COVID protocol. No Kyrie Irving, finger. James Harden was left alone on an island, suffering the 124-108 loss to the 76ers. Joel Embiid had 33 points. Oh my God, there's a Tobias Harris sighting, 21 points, 12 rebounds. The Sixers have now won 5 of 6. Durant should be back later this week, probably Friday, Saturday, which would definitely be good news for Brooklyn. And speaking of good news, NBA prime time, Curry, 11 three-pointers made on the night, 57 points. However, it was the Dallas Mavericks behind Luka Doncic's 42 points who get the 134-132 final score victory over the Golden State Warriors, avenging that loss earlier in the week where they got bounced like, 147-116 when Kelly Oubre had a career-high 40 points. But this loss, unfortunately, belongs to 2 people. The NBA refs who failed to call out of bounds when Porzingis grabbed the ball, even though it clearly had touched the line, and Draymond Green, who only scored 2 points. And you could see, if you watch the game in the last 2 minutes, Steph Curry was doing everything in his power to win the game. And unfortunately, he had to suffer a loss. And in other games, the Atlanta Hawks finally got a victory, 132-121 over the Toronto Raptors. Trae Young dropped 28 points, 13 assists. Clint Capella, 23 points and 16 rebounds. So very impressive. And actually, with this victory, the Atlanta Hawks snap a 10-game losing streak to the Toronto Raptors. Wow. Van Fleet, 22 points. Kyle Lowry, 20 points. And Chris Boucher, 29 points off the bench for the Toronto Raptors. The San Antonio Spurs defeated the Houston Rockets, final score 111 to 106. DeMar DeRozan had 30 points for the San Antonio Spurs. For the Rockets, John Wall, 26 points. Eric Gordon, 26 points off the bench. And DeMarcus Boogie Cousins in place of Christian Wood, 12 points and 11 rebounds. Unfortunately, it's the Rockets who suffer their second loss in the last 3 games. Julius Randle and Elfrid Payton each dropped in 22 points as the New York Knicks handed another loss to the Portland Trailblazers, final score 110 to 99. Damian Lillard did return from his abdominal strain to drop in 29 points, but of course, it wasn't enough to offset that loss. And speaking of losses and upsets, it is the Bulls over the Orlando Magic, 118-92. Zach LaVine dropped 39 points on the night to lead the Chicago Bulls to victory. And speaking of victory, Oklahoma City dropped 83 points in the first half, had a 23-point lead overall, but just held on to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, final score 120 to 118 to get the victory. And, again, all that matters is that you get the W. So OKC held on for the victory. And speaking of holding on and victories, the Pelicans finally got a rare win over the Memphis Grizzlies. Final score 118-109. Zion Williamson had 29 points, including the game-sealing dunk in the final seconds. Brandon Ingram, 27 points, 12 rebounds, and a career-high 4 blocks on the night. Okay, so with that recap being done, let's get part to the main point of this video. So now we have Greek Freak, a.k.a. Greek Dud, and James Harden and Kawhi Leonard talking about how they don't want to participate in the All-Star game. I was talking to a good friend of mine, Big Raph. We've got years in the game together, and he voiced his sentiments, which I would like to share, about these millionaire players who are earning all this money and then want to complain about the All-Star game, how the NBA said they wouldn't have an All-Star game, how they don't want to have an All-Star game if there's no fans in the stands, but there's talks of either having it in Atlanta or somewhere down in Florida. But in particular, I want to point out the comments of the dusty braided Kawhi Leonard, who says this: I mean, we all know why we are playing it. There's money on the line. It's an opportunity to make more money. Just putting money over health right now, pretty much. Yeah, we are playing games right now, and it is still a pandemic. We are doing all these protocols and rules, so it doesn't really surprise me. Once again, Kawhi Leonard cannot be trusted because he is fake as fuck. Let it be noted, the NBA, you had the option to play or not to play. Kawhi Leonard signed a 3-year, $103 million guaranteed deal with the LA Clippers. So what the fuck are you even talking about? It's all about money. Yeah, you know why it's all about money? Because the white man cuts your motherfucking paycheck, asshole. It is the white man, the corporate sponsors, and the advertisers who make your payday possible. So again, if you didn't want to play the All-Star game, maybe you shouldn't have played this season. Talking about it's all about the money. Let's see how much all about the money it is, since Kawhi Leonard wants to be a fucking moral expert on things like this. Let's see, starting with when he first started with the Spurs, 4 years, $8 million. Then from 2015 to 2019, 5-year deal worth $95 million. And again, 3 years, $103 million guaranteed with the LA Clippers. He's averaging $34.5 million in a 10-game shortened season. Only 72, not 82. So let me see, Kawhi, you're a fake-ass motherfucker. Of course it's about the money. How else do you think you can get paid so well with your load management bullshit fucking ass? Give me a fucking break. These players live very well, and despite there being coronavirus and protocols, I'm sure you have celebrity chefs and you have the best trainers. You got the best personnel taking care of each and every one of your needs. And I know a lot of sports fans don't know this, but many years ago, you used to have to work a real job after a professional season in the NBA. But clearly you don't need to have a second job when you're earning $34.5 million 3 years, $103 million motherfucking guaranteed. So now at this point, I don't give a fuck about how Kawhi, Harden, Greek dud, who wants to piggyback off of the King's comments about not wanting to play. If the corporate sponsors who pay the NBA and pay for your exorbitant salaries want to have a motherfucking all-star game, guess what, Negro? Put on your fucking jersey, put on your fucking shorts, and put on your fucking sneakers and do your fucking job. And you know what your fucking job consists of? Taking leather ball and putting it through a motherfucking nylon net. So Lex Anderson, top 1%er, people sportscaster, who again, I haven't been brought by the corporate sponsors. I have free reign, I have free will, and I have free speech to say what I want to say. And what I choose to say in this video is shut the fuck up, put your jerseys on, put your sneakers on, dribble the fucking ball, and entertain the sports fans like myself and the millions out there nationwide who want to look forward to having an all-star game after being told that there would be no all-star game. Thank you very much. Lex Anderson signing out.